You ever notice how your mind just doesn't shut up? It's like a wild animal that's constantly screaming at you, thoughts bouncing around, distractions everywhere, voices telling you what you can't do, what you should do, what you're missing out on. And most people, they just live in that chaos. They wake up, grab their phone, scroll, drift, consume, repeat, and then they wonder why their life feels stuck, why nothing changes. Here's the truth. The quality of your life is dictated by the quality of your focus. If your mind is scattered, if you can't hold it steady on what actually matters, you are screwed. You're not going anywhere. Because focus is everything. Focus is the difference between being mediocre and being unstoppable. Imagine if you could take all that scattered energy, all those random thoughts, all that wasted time, and funnel it into one single target, one goal, one mission. Imagine what kind of monster you'd become if you could actually command your mind instead of letting it drag you around like some pathetic dog on a leash. That's the game. That's the secret nobody tells you. Your life is exactly as disciplined as your focus. And the crazy part, most people are out here living like their attention is free. They give it to TikTok, Netflix, endless notifications. They hand it over like it's nothing. Meanwhile, the people who master focus, they build empires. They transform their bodies. They turn ordinary lives into something extraordinary. So the question is, are you the one steering the ship, or are you just a passenger on your own mind, waiting for the waves to toss you around? Your mind is the most powerful weapon you'll ever have, but most people don't even know how to use it. They just let it run wild, like a car with no driver rolling downhill, smashing into whatever's in the way. They think they're in control, but they're not. They wake up, immediately grab the phone, flood their brain with garbage, and then wonder why their thoughts are scattered, why they can't stay on track, why they never follow through. It's because they've given up the steering wheel. They're letting autopilot run their lives, and autopilot doesn't care about greatness. Autopilot cares about comfort, distraction, instant gratification. And here's the thing. Your mind is designed to adapt to whatever you train it with. If all you give it is quick dopamine hits from scrolling, junk food, mindless entertainment, that's what it craves. That becomes the default setting. But if you feed it discipline, focus, deep work, challenge, something hard, it starts craving that instead. Your brain is plastic, it molds to your habits. That means every single day, every choice you make, you're either sharpening the blade or letting it rust. Focus is the skill that separates wasted potential from unstoppable momentum. You've seen people who are insanely talented, right? People who could have been great athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, whatever, but they never really got anywhere. Why? Not because they didn't have what it takes, not because they weren't smart enough or strong enough. It's because they couldn't focus. They spread themselves thin. They chased every shiny thing. They let their attention get hijacked. Potential means nothing without direction. A fire that burns everywhere burns out fast, but a fire that's concentrated can cut through steel. Think about it like this. Your energy is currency. Every single second you're spending it on something. If you're constantly handing it away to meaningless distractions, that's like throwing cash into the wind. But if you lock it in, if you invest it in one thing consistently day after day, that's compound interest. That's how you get momentum. Once momentum kicks in, you're dangerous, because momentum is exponential. 1 day of focus makes you a little better. 30 days of focus makes you unrecognizable. A year of focus can put you in a whole different universe compared to where you started. But here's the catch. Focus is uncomfortable. It means saying no to stuff. It means training your brain to sit in the dark, to deal with the resistance, to push through when everything in you is screaming for a distraction. That's why so many people fail. They don't realize that the fight is not with the world, it's with their own mind. Your mind will come up with every excuse, every rationalization, every reason to quit. It'll whisper, just check your phone, just take a break, just do it later. And if you believe that voice, if you obey it, you lose. But here's the flip side. If you can master focus, if you can actually lock in, you become unstoppable. Because most people won't do it. Most people can't go more than 5 minutes without reaching for a distraction. That means the competition is already weak. You don't have to be superhuman. You just have to be consistent. You just have to win the war in your own head. Let me put it this way. Your mind is a weapon. And right now, most people are carrying it around like a dull kitchen knife. They've never sharpened it, never trained with it, never tested it under pressure. But the people who understand focus, they've turned their mind into a sniper rifle. Every thought, every action, every ounce of energy aimed at a single target. And when they pull the trigger, it's over. That's the difference. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's discipline and focus, built day after day until it becomes second nature. The scary part is you don't even realize how much of your potential you're wasting when you don't focus. You don't see the opportunities you missed because your attention was elsewhere. You don't see the version of yourself you could have become if you had just directed your energy instead of scattering it everywhere. 10 years from now, you're either going to look back with pride because you mastered your mind, or you're going to look back with regret because you let it control you. So here's the reality check. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to force you to focus. Nobody is going to drag you away from distractions and make you sit down and work on yourself. That's on you. Either decide right now that you're going to take control of the most powerful weapon you've got, or you let it slip away. But don't kid yourself, there's no middle ground. You're either sharpening your mind or letting it rot. You're either building momentum or wasting potential. And the truth is, it doesn't matter where you're starting. Maybe you failed 100 times before, maybe you've wasted years in distraction. It doesn't matter. What matters is whether you can start today. Focus is like a muscle. The first time you try, it's weak, it shakes, it feels impossible, but if you stick with it, if you train it, it grows. Soon you can lock in for an hour, then 3 hours, and then a whole day without breaking. And when you reach that point, when your mind obeys you instead of betraying you, you're not just playing the game anymore, you're rewriting it. Your mind is the battlefield, your focus is the weapon, and if you can win that war inside your head, there is nothing out there in the world that can stop you. At the end of the day, this whole thing comes down to a choice. Nobody else is living inside your head. Nobody else is going to fight your battles for you. It's you versus you. And the weapon you've been given, the mind, is already in your hands. The question is, are you going to aim it, sharpen it, and use it? Or are you going to leave it on autopilot, letting it waste away while your potential rots? The people who change their lives, the people who rise up, the people who build something that lasts, they aren't the ones with the most talent, the most money, or the most connections. They're the ones who mastered focus. They're the ones who could silence the noise and put all their energy behind one mission. That's it. That's the difference between the average and the extraordinary. So here's the message I want you to walk away with. Your mind will either be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. If you focus it, if you take control, if you discipline it, there is nothing on this planet that can stop you. But if you don't, if you keep drifting, keep getting pulled around by every distraction, every excuse, every easy way out, then you've already lost. Don't let your story be one of wasted potential. Don't let your own mind hold you hostage. Take control, train it, focus it, because once you do, once you own your mind, you own your life.